Yes, you are.
One other thing, and that is the problem of matching. We should all wear the same shirt.
I veto that, absolutely.
Throughout the whole...
Everybody is going to be sweating
whole,
like pigs out there. How do we put on these shirts? They're going to be like armor, you know?
Now and what we
I'm doing what? All right, this is Clyde Davidson over here. He's an assistant cameraman. Phil Parker is a production assistant. Jeff Norwalk is the assistant director. Roland Mitchell is not a sound man, actually. He is a sound man, but he's also an assistant cameraman. This is Steve Larner. And this is Maria Zahari. And this is the magnificent Terence McCartney Filgate.
I was afraid you may not have got your sync, so I'm going to give you a hand clap, because I rather feel that you may not have got it.
Who are you?
I'm Sonny Tufts. This is Bill Henderson. He's an assistant director. This is the illustrious Robert. Was it Rosen or Rosen?
Rosen.
Rosen.
Yes.
And this is
Jewish.
the lovely, charming Barbara Linden. This is Mr. Kevin Fenton from Canada, who is an assistant director.
Name, by the way, Bill.
Kevin Fenton?
No, it's a Kenvin.
Kevin. Forgive me, doctor. Barbara Linden is our script girl and also our makeup and costume lady. And this is Scott Brody, who is a production assistant. All right, so now we're clear on the slating. Right? You understand that the sound person is going to do the timing, the actual timing. Slate.
What will that do, Bill?
What it will do is that it will tie all of the various cameras, no matter what they're
running at the same time. You could do that by measuring.
No, but you see, they'll begin to go out of sync. The various cameras will go out of sync with each other, out of sync in the sense that the roll numbers will be going out of sync with each other. You see, and the time is the thing that locks in all these disparate roll numbers into one sequence that has been shot.
Well, then this information somehow got to get out of the film.
No, it doesn't have to get out on the film because the sound recordist says roll 14, 2:30.
System of the sound man announcing, you know,
Yeah.
what the time is
No, he's
much.
he's raised an
Right. No, but that is much more
tapes.
meaningful in terms of editing than taking this, this thing here and going tap tail 1, tail 2.
Here's the point he's making, and I think this is a valid point, and that is, so what we'll do is the first part of each roll will be so slated, that is, will be time slated on the sound. All right, but also within the intermittent running of the camera, that is to say, we stop and start, we'll just do this kind of slating. Yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to do the line reading first, and then we'll.
What is the line reading?
Well, I mean, I just want to hear you, go back and forth with the lines to make sure that we've got them under control. Yeah. And then after we've done that, we'll try to work out some kind of action for you to go through physically, and then we'll see what the problems. You'll play the scene, and then we'll see what the problems are, and then we'll get into it increasingly more on a emotional and personal level, more the dramatics of the situation. So we'll do this. Okay, Terry, I guess you can start rolling. I'm going to do a line reading with them. Who are you going to work with?
Trying to work with my own recorder, right? Or
Yeah.
go against another recorder?
No, you'll work against another recorder. Actually, you don't need to do any recording on this because I'm just going to do a line reading of them, and there's no
Which
no need
recorder am I going to
to.
work against?
The recorder, John here is got. All right.
Well, hey, I'm picking up the cups.
You're picking up the cups.
Yeah, I'm roll slating.
Are you shooting my makeup?
Yeah.
Want me to hold it for you, Audrey? Okay, fine. All right. All right. Okay, let's go.
I'm having no luck here.
Is there any way you can hold it steady for a while?
We're rolling when you get it. When you finish that for sleep.
Okay, let's run him. Alice?
No.
Alice, wait a minute. Hey,
No,
come on.
no,
Come on, sport.
no.
What's the matter with you?
Just how stupid do you think I am?
For Christ's sake, tell me what the matter is.
You know perfectly well what the problem is.
Now, come on. Quit beating around the bush.
Oh, God.
What's so funny?
Oh, Freddie, you're a very funny man.
You know, you've really got me foxed, really.
Why don't you just go away? Just get out of my life permanently.
Hey, quit it. Stop acting.
You can try and touch me, Freddie.
You know, you're really behaving quite impossibly. I'm not a mind reader.
I wish I were. I wish I knew what goes on in that screwy little brain of yours, which makes you think that everyone else is stupid except you.
Now, look, for the last time, would you tell me what's going on? Come on, tell me what's bugging you.
No. Ah, you tell me, Freddie, or rather, what's bothering you? What's bugging you?
Alice, you're talking in circles.
Am I really, Freddie? Just how much of a phony can you be? Ugh.
I don't have to stand here and listen to this. You don't even have the courtesy to tell me what's happening.
I'm a woman.
And?
I'm a woman, Freddie. I'm not a fool. I will not stand around and watch while you play your little games.
What games?
Do you think I'm a fool, Freddie? I saw him and I saw you.
Him?
Him, yes, that crazy faggot which everybody knows about.
Oh, come on. What are you, some kind of nut or something?
Naive with me, Freddie. I've put up with all your little escapades and, you know, I've just about had it. I've completely strained my patience on that score. I saw you eyeing him and I saw him eyeing you. God.
You saw me eyeing him?
Yes.
The kid smiled at me and I smiled back. What do you want to do, nail me to the cross for that?
That cross is too good for you, Freddie.
Oh, wow. Now, look, you didn't see what you thought you saw. Did you hear me?
Get your hands off me, Freddie.
All right, if you want to be paranoid about the whole thing.
Sure, I want to be paranoid about the whole thing. And about all those other things that you've been involved with. You know, like Jack and Timmy and Mr. Hanson.
Look, I told you the truth about this morning, but if you're going to flog me with the past for the rest of our lives, then where are we?
I don't know where you're at, mister. I just know that I want you to get out of my life. When we get back to the apartment, one of us has to leave.
Hey, baby, I can't let you do that.
Now I know why we haven't had any children, despite the talk about wait until we're ready. Freddie, you really had me fooled. Very fooled into thinking you could change. That you could actually change.
Bill?
Yeah.
12 slate.
Okay.
This is tail slate for camera B and camera D.
If I was born if I was born 1,000 years from now, and just me, I could be the same person, though I would not be an American. I might not be a Jew. I might not be, you know, whatever I am. But I would still be me, and I would have to be able to define those qualities. I'm me, what I am to other people, and how I relate to them, and how I am, you know. And the karma that comes out of me, that's who I am. That really is who I
Since you
am.
have so many skins, you never know whether you're into your real self or into one of your skins.
You don't know who she is. Here is this.
That's right.
You know who you are now because you're on Ectochrome. What were you shooting? Ectochrome commercial, and your voice is being recorded on tape. Say, and you know.
Wait a minute. What's
You will-
going on here? What are you doing?
You will never ever put the microphone up
What's
here.
happening?
You will never ever have any more doubt who you are.
You missed on it.
You will always know.
Jonathan, you're copping out. Copping out.
All right, we're gonna do. No, wait a minute. Wait, just a moment. We're gonna do this scene of
I'm gonna go home.
Susan
Yeah, what are we
and
gonna
John. Could you go down there, down by the stat? Four.
do? Four. She's got it on there.
I have
Four.
I'm a little fool.
Bing.
Yeah. Now let me just.
That was
read
a
this.
slate.
You did it.
All right, I like doing it because I'll let me look at your face again.
Your head slated it.
I'm translating it.
Steve, wait a minute, Steve, wait a minute. I don't care about getting in the cloisters. Let's get the bloody cloisters.
I can't hold the sky.
The sky, not the cloisters.
I have to be wide open. I have to be so open for them that you know, that's F11 up there.
Because we can't, the tripod levels. They won't
Damn
extend.
tripod
They won't
lights.
extend?
Yes,
No.
that's why. That's why.
Well, then I'm afraid
Try putting it up
the best thing to do would be to put the bloody thing on your shoulder.
2 magazine cases with a spreader.
3 magazine cases with a spreader.
Just take it easy a moment.
All right.
What's happening?
We're going to fix it.
I'll not roll
Right
it.
We're going to fix it.
Okay. But the thing that distresses me, Steve, we still haven't solved the problem. Terry is looking right into your lens. And I don't want him looking in your lens, not on this
Can he come over there?
Well, Terry, can you?
Well, then I won't shoot then.
Well, I'll shoot the bloody thing. I mean, hell,
Where would you like me to move?
Uh,
I'm happy to move.
He'll move.
I'll move. Look into my lens and tell me, Grizz, what's in your heart.
Come
What's in your heart? Come on, now,
Tell
tell me the truth.
Hell, now.
What's in your heart? Tell me your wishes, and they'll be
But-
carried out.
I'm waving my magic wand. Hey, listen. Well, he
running up all
hasn't.
that
90
film.
feet.
He's
hasn't-
running up all that film.
Has he got any?
He's wasting it. 90 feet. You know how much that's going to cost?
You know, you're wasting my
No?
film.
That's like $25.
Hey, listen.
$25.
Maybe I can.
Do your Shakespeare.
Shall I do my impersonation of Gielgud? Doing.
Quickly.
Oh, what a rogue and peasant slave am I! Is it not monstrous that this player here could, but in a fiction, in a dream of passion, force his soul so to his soul conceit, that from her working all his visage waned. Okay. All right. Look. Let's. Are those the same glasses that you had the other day? Yeah. Why don't we get rid of those, eh? Now, in the last time that we worked on this, it seemed to me that not enough of your aggression, not enough of your virility, was coming through. That is to say, there's a great deal of, it was very moving. You were very emotionally involved, with her. But it seemed that we could use other colors as well as that particular color of, your warm feelings toward her. Let's also have the areas where you're aggressively, related toward her. Do you know what I mean? There are points in the dialogue where she's actually, snipping your balls, and you got to stand up for your own, rights in relation to her. And I didn't feel that there was enough, muscle there, enough strength. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So let's run it down and see if we can get more of those colors in, as well as the other thing, which was beautiful, Frank, that you got before. Okay? I mean, I don't mean to, throw that away at all. No, I mean, we'll keep that, but add to that these other colors. Okay? All right. Let's try it from. You can't go outside of the shaded area. Okay. Okay. Fine. Let's go. Action.
Now I know why you don't want to have any children. Despite the talk about wait until we're ready. And... Oh, wow, you really had me fooled, Freddie. Even thinking you could change.
I want you to believe in me. Do you understand that?
You've killed one of my babies right after another. And you want me to believe in you?
Don't you think that I want to have children, too?
You've ruined my health because you're sick, but I will not let you destroy me. The way we've been making love lately. We'll never have any children like that, Freddie. The whole thing is so unnatural.
Alice.
Because every time you make love to me, I feel as though I've been raped. I don't know who wouldn't be frigid the way you come on like some Nazi stormtrooper. It's horrible. Oh my God, it's so horrible.
No, take it easy.
Jesus Christ.
Take it easy.
Well, implied in all this, I think, is the fact that maybe something else should be done than what is being done.
Well, you see, none of this is designed to denigrate any aspect of which this film is, because we don't have the right to do that, man. It's this guy's film.
Phil has made us actors in the
He
film
has made us
by
act.
including us in the filming. Is that why you consider?
Exactly.
But we are acting without him in control.
For example, that's why, for example, should there not be
Because there's some doubt as to what control he's putting on.
a better actors?
If they were better,
But it doesn't make any
that.
No, but it doesn't make any difference.
I'm trying to take his objection and if it is invalid, show why. I mean, starting from this standpoint, you could say, well, let's get a better script. Let's improve the script for tomorrow. Let's get some better actors.
Right.
Let's get some really socko actors.
Right, but we've realized that it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Now, why doesn't it matter?
It doesn't matter, because in life, some of us are good actors and some of us are bad actors. Some of us, some women can say,
Acting then?
well, life for most people.
Wait a second.
Life for most people is the attempt to give with whatever qualities they have, real meaning to thoughts and lines that they may not really understand. When a guy says, "You're cutting my balls off," he can't possibly be saying what he really thinks. It's not in him to say what he really thinks. He is
What
acting.
could be more elemental than saying, dear, you are cutting my balls?
Because everybody says it in different ways of
But when you
believability.
got it down to this nitty-gritty of you are cutting my balls, you can't get it down much further.
Quiet, please. Action. From where? Take it from the top. Take it from the top. Alice.
No.
Alice, wait a minute. Let's hold it. You've changed your positions. Let's take it around this way. Okay? You were standing here. Okay, fine.
All right, now, we're not moving, is that it?
No, you're unfortunate. Alice.
No.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Alice, what's the matter?
You know perfectly well what is the matter, Freddie.
Come on, sport.
Just how stupid do you think I am, Freddie?
You know, I don't have to stand here and listen to this. You don't even have the courtesy to tell me what's going on.
Listen, for Christ's sake, would you give us a break?
I'm a woman, Freddie.
So what difference does it make?
It makes an enormous amount of difference because in one thing, you're talking about an irreducible truth, and at another instance, you might be talking about some sort of fantasy, whereby...
What's an irreducible truth?
You're cutting my balls, or whatever.
Why? Do people really have to say that? Is it necessary to say that?
Cut, yes, they have to say that. Because one's
But is it necessary that they have to feel that way? I mean, why is it an irreducible truth?
But don't you see?
But does
But
that...
the man who says this to his wife, that's part of his role too, you know. As long as he can say this to his wife,
Oh, I see.
she won't understand what the hell he's saying. She'll hear, "Oh, you cut my balls," and then she gives out with the response that was written into her part in life. She says, "Well, maybe that's because you're just a bad you know, this. And, you know, maybe that's just because you're an ineffectual little...
Saying that,
See?
It seems to me that you're playing a part in saying that.
Oh.
You're falling into a trap there.
Oh, you mean that would not be the response of any given woman to that accusation by any given man? What else would she say? Would she say, yes, you know, you're right, I love to do it. I did it to my first 3 husbands too.
If roles are to be played, and if life is role-playing, which is, of course, the whole big bag, you know, the Moreno people can explain more knowledgeably than any of us. This is precisely the question I was asking. What then? Not to get this off too far. What then is the difference between an actor playing a role and playing an imposed role, a role that's imposed from without, and a person who is a non-actor, or that is to say, a person who's not employed as an actor or not asked to do something for a camera or something like that, playing a role which he thinks is imposed on him from whatever psychological need he might have at this moment.
All right, so what we're doing now, we're going to do another psychodrama. And that psychodrama is going to be what exactly?
Freddie confronting Freddie. The strong
Passive,
Freddie confronting the weak Freddie.
Yeah, right. The strong Freddie confronting the weak Freddie. See, the important thing is, as I said before you start, is masculinity and virility as opposed to, you know, raw aggression and raw hostility. Do you know what I mean, Frank?
Yes, I do.
Where you are in full command of the situation, it's no longer necessary for you to be, you know, aggressive,
right,
you know, in relation to it. Okay.
Well,
Now, we should be, I think, visually opposite each other, but you want us down or up? Or?
Well, you could go down there, or if you go down. Sorry, you'll have to get out of the way, my dear man.
Oh, I thought it was interesting. I got having a shot.
Well, it's all right.
why don't you walk over to that wall over there and jump off?
I haven't got the strength.
Oh, bullshit. Try. Want me to help you?
You want to fight me? Let's fight. Let's fight.
What do you want to do, fight?
Yeah.
You want to wrestle?
Let's fight. If you're so strong, fight. What are you laughing at?
I'm laughing at you. You're struggling to get free, and you can't get free. You want to move, and you can't move. I feel like I'm taking unfair advantage of you because you're off balance. It's going to be so easy. Look.
Not that way.
Which fucking way? Jesus Christ.
I'll win. I'll win.
Oh, yeah? You don't fight very hard, do you? Fight harder. Fight harder. Fight harder. Go on, fight harder. Fight harder. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Oh, come on. Come on.
If you really live, you'll go get Alice and do something with her.
You what?
If you really live, you'll go get Alice and do something with her. Otherwise, I live. Otherwise, I win.
No,
Look,
shut up.
You can fight me a million times and I'll always win.
No,
I'll always win.
Shut up.
Look how strong I am. You just play with me. You don't fight. You never kill me. You think you do, but you don't. You think you've won, right? Don't you?
Cut.
let's try and Marsha, you want to get up? Yeah, watch out for your touch, miss. Oh, okay.
Did I get the microphone? Someone give me another sink start.
And Marsha was working very intimately, and she was contacting.
Second start.
She hit dead on the thing that I was working on. It was like an arrow one. You know, it was like, and I combusted.
I think having explored this whole thing in depth through the agency of psychodrama, it would be very interesting now to return to the scene. I was talking to Marcia about this. Return to the scene and see what new qualitative values have been added to your characterizations as a result of the removal of certain blocks and the increase of certain bases of empathy that you now have for each other. I was wondering whether or not the conflict of the two characters would be more interestingly
Different dimensions.
Yeah, illuminated. Do you know what I mean? So what we're doing now is we're going from improvisation to the scene. Well, we're going to start on the scene, and then we're going to go from psychodrama, from reality to the reality of the scene. You see, and see how and if they can in fact, feed each other. You know what I mean? Scene.
Slate for camera B.
Yeah,
Slate on this one here.
Am I really stopping you?
Yeah, this is.
Are
you?
Give me a slate.
Yeah,
You keep going.
we can keep it going.
Let's go.
Look, this is proceeding very well. Look, this is your first, go on this, and let's not have any neuroticism. This was very, very, very effective. Very effective. It looks beautiful seeing you come down. I mean, it's just fantastic. And when you come down there, you had moments of emotional reality, going for yourself. And the important thing is not to panic. And there's no reason to panic at all. I mean, just take your time and feel your way through it. We've got all the time in the world. I mean, if you want to wait an extra 2 or 3 seconds and organize your faculties, your emotional motors and various other things, we take that time, because we can look at both of you are very attractive. We can look at you, while you're thinking, while you're trying to arrive at some kind of reality for yourself.
We
What?
rushed it and like
feels so.
Yeah. Well, all right. I mean, and there's no need for that. There's no need for rushing at all. I mean, you take your time, okay?
Very good.
All right. Let's do it another. Take two. Take two. Take two of take two.
Do you want to check that and see where you're going again? Because we went off the beat.
Okay.
So let's
Let's
check
just check the script.
to see where we're going.
Okay, fine. All right, where's the script? Can I have the script, Barbara?
Six.
All right, here we go. All right, stand by. Quiet, please. All right, action. Action.
Hey, Alice.
No.
Come on, Alice.
No.
Come on, sport.
No.
Just wait a minute. Come here. What the hell's the matter with you? For Christ's sake, tell me what the matter is. Come here. I don't understand what's going on. Come here.
Freddie, get away from me, please. Just how stupid do you think I am?
Come on, cut out the double talk. Come on!
Freddie, just how stupid do you think I am?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know perfectly well what I'm talking about.
Well, go ahead, tell me. Look, I'm not a mind reader.
Freddie, I wish I were a mind reader. Perhaps I could tell what's going on in that screwy little mind of yours. What makes you think that everyone is so stupid and you're so smart?
You're talking in circles, Alice.
Am I really, Freddie? Just how much of a phony are you anyway? Don't touch me.
Please tell me what's going on.
Freddie, why don't you just get out of my life permanently?
Now quit it. Stop acting.
Don't touch me. Freddie, get your hands off me, please. And don't ever touch me again. Ever.
All right, what have I done?
You know perfectly well. I saw him and I saw you, both of you, at the altar, eyeing each other.
Him.
Yes, him. Him, that crazy little faggot that half the church knows about.
What are you, some kind of a nut?
Don't play naive with me, Freddie.
I'm not playing naive. What do you think you saw?
I've put up with all your escapades.
All right.
And I'm going to put an end to it. You've
I
just
don't-
about strained
I
my
don't know what you
patience
thought
on
you
that
saw this
score,
morning, but you didn't
man.
see anything this morning.
You mean I didn't see both of you eyeing each other?
That kid smiled at me and I smiled back. What do you want to do, nail me to the cross for
A
that?
cross is too good for you, Freddie.
Wow.
Cut.
Slate.
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 Stop a moment.
7.
Or is it
We'll,
eight?
we'll go on.
Terry's still rolling.
All right,
Are you gonna-
let's go on.
Rolling. Speed. Ready? Camera roll 4X.
Would you turn to her and just, I mean, if somebody out there in the audience, is now looking at you, it doesn't, and you now say something. Okay.
Listen,
You need to sign this as 4X?
What?
oh, we got that.
Oh, okay.
What?
Then we're on. This morning, he said, you know how he often says these things with his tongue in his cheek? He said, "Good morning, who am I?" You see?
Right.
Now, that's really very interesting, and I don't judge it or anything like that. I just say it's very interesting because whatever a man is extremely interesting. And it occurred to me the other day that in this case, right here, Bill is a man with a medium, but who lacks an identity. We are people with identities, at least right now, in relation to this thing, but without a medium.
You're just seizing the medium.
We are seizing the medium, like they seized Channel 13.
Then that's a rape.
It isn't a rape.
No,
it's a
it's not a
political.
rape.
It's a
rape.
coup. It's an
It's not a rape
artistic.
because he
It's
has
not a coup.
the
We're giving it back.
Right, we're giving it
We're
back to
giving
him.
it back.
You
That's
know?
right.
It'd only be rape if we took this footage off to the laboratory and developed it ourselves and put out a film, I mean, that went
back to back.
That's right, ran it back to back without, without Bill's consent.
We are merely liberating the medium to impose our own identities on film, because film is the thing. Talk's nothing.
Now, the people out there, in the audience, this is without, I mean, they don't know what, this never happened before. I mean, this is happening, not only is it happening to us at this moment, but every time it gets played in the theater, it's going to happen to them.
Right.
You're saying like the method of this film reflects the mechanics of life. That's right.
And therefore, this
Exactly.
film is something other than a film now, because a film traditionally exists as if, well, a guy says, well, I'm going to make a film about, and he does it. But here's a film that exists as it exists. When it's shown, if it's ever made and shown, it will take its final form precisely because an indeterminate action took place in it and altered it and changed it and made it something.
Something else happened. I have something I want to say.
Yeah.
The thing is, we find ourselves in a very, very strange situation, and
Kill the air conditioner just
it's a question of precedent. Nobody who got into onto the crew here had any idea. We were put into a completely unprecedented situation. I don't think anybody has ever made a film before where the crew decided to do this.
Yeah.
And we didn't really even decide. It just happened that way. And I don't think this has ever happened before. It's completely without precedent. And the thing is that it's that most people consider that life is, they live their lives filled with precedents. That every situation, like those lines, they do those lines, and if they've done those lines, 10 times in one form or another, 50 times, over and over and over, and there's an infinite number of precedents for that situation. This situation has no precedent. And the thing that I'm discovering, it seems, is that this is the way that life really works.
without precedent. That really every situation is without precedent.
Oh, indeterminate, yes.
Absolutely indeterminate. And here we are in this situation, you know, of total indeterminacy, where we're uncertain. Bill is uncertain.
Yes, I
Bill
know Bill.
can't tell
I
you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hate to interrupt this very scintillating discussion, but either there is a God or there isn't. Well, whatever, but there's some clouds coming in this direction. We better get the hell out of here, okay? Shall we? We're wrapping up. Yeah, we're wrapping up.
Oh, nice.
Wonderful. It's going to rain.
All right, let's go. Grab those machines.
Frank, it's going to rain.
Fuck the rain.
Fuck the rain. It's going to rain. We can't, the equipment won't function, man. What do you think, Bob? Should we close it up? Do you think it's going to rain? I think it's going to rain.
I think it's going to rain bad. Let's get the cases in the truck. Coming up quick. Quick, quick, quick. Araflex away, batches away. We'll be struck by lightning.
Okay.
I just want you to know that I want to do it.
Yes, I know.
What? Well, what the hell, man? That's the whole fallacy of the movies.
Come on, let's go.
Right in there.
You move.
No, I'm shooting.
Move, you're gonna get wet.
I don't care. I want to shoot. Shoot the shit, man.
Huh?
There's nothing. I won't get that sort of lightning. I need a... Just bring me the tripod. Would you look over here?
Here's the tripod. Where do you want it?
Just dump it here.
Right here.
It's sick. It's a wonderful way to end the roll, isn't it? It's great.
Which is the best? I just want to see. Excuse me.
Oh, no, just do it once. Just once. Hold it. Fine. Thank you. Pleasure to have you.
Bill Greaves and Steve Buscemi, come back up, please.
I would like to say that it's just wonderful to have the film accepted finally after 30 years of waiting. I don't know, is there any, are there any questions? Any? No questions? Yes.
What was the reaction of the crew when you showed them the final cut?
Well, I didn't show them the final cut right away. But I think there was a, well, let's have Jonathan. What was your reaction to?
The last time I saw this was about 8 years ago. And I'm finally detached enough from it to see it just as a work without judging myself. And so I had an experience, a new experience here, really. And I mean, I remember these emotions really well, Bill. I do, you know. I remember the absolutely authentic frustration with you. It's just a great pleasure to watch it, and to watch this, this conspiracy in which you're implicated too, you know, and to just watch this odd conspiracy of images and just to watch it occur and to see the brilliant way in which you took it and made it into a work of, I think, art. And I remember the camaraderie and the skillful camaraderie that we had as a crew that gave us that friendly trust in one another to be able to deal with these things, because those were those times, you know, we academized this film as well as did this film, you know, and so we were all in our own way academic.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a very nice thing about those times, I think. And it's just a real pleasure for me, Bill. I don't know what else to say, and I'm so glad all these people are here.
Any other questions?
When you saw them, when you saw your crew talking about you like that, very few directors are going to invite that. Were you sitting in the editing room alone?
Well, I was sitting in the editing room with my son, who was the assistant editor, and it was fascinating. You know, listen, we none of us like criticism per se, but it was interesting to me because I realized that this was the other hand clapping. In other words, you don't have a film or a stage drama or any kind of narrative form that does not have conflict inherent in it of some kind. And when we finished shooting, I was a little disturbed by the fact that I didn't have enough conflict in the film. And when I saw this material that Jonathan and Bob Rosen had put together, I said, hallelujah, you know, because I knew that that was going to make the film, and so it has.
Are you going to continue with those two characters in part 2?
Yes.
So we're going to do the same dialogue?
Well, Symbiopsychotaxiplasm is a term that was devised and conceived by a social science philosopher named Arthur Bentley, who was a contemporary of John Dewey. And he studied the social sciences from a scientific method perspective. And he called the Symbiopsychotaxiplasm all those events that human beings are involved with, which impact their physical, social, material environment, and which in turn affect their personalities, their character. So there's a kind of a dialectic, a dialogue that goes on between the individual, the human being, and his environment. Like this area here is a symbiopsychotaxiplasm. Because here we are, you're affecting me, I'm affecting you, so on and so forth. And all of the developments that have taken place in human history is a result of that interchange. So I had the audacity to inject the term psycho, so it's symbiopsychotaxiplasm, and that designates the mental mechanisms that are involved in the creative process as the individual moves through any given environment. There are a number of other very esoteric concerns that I have in making the film, which I tend not to talk about because my wife, Louise, thinks that, thinks that I'm, you know, going off the deep end. But we have principles like the Heisenberg principle of uncertainty, the Stanislavski system of acting, the chaos theory. There's an element of mysticism involved of Sri Aurobindo, one of my gurus. There are a number of things that are operating in this concurrent with this very obvious, you know, screen test, which is a very simple event. Where's Steve? Oh, there. Did I answer your question?
Yeah, but I mean, this film has never been released, and we're doing a sequel to a film that's never been.
Could I ask you a question I've been wondering about? What exactly are you trying to do with this second thing? I mean, surely what we're doing at this festival is not enough to make a film. It's a part of a larger vision that you have. What is that?
I don't know.
Oh.
I think we need Bob Rosen here.
Let's deal with
William.
Oh, we're relying on the crew. Again, he's falling back.
But he's asking an explosive question. You
But
know,
he-
that goes to the heart of this production.
We've got that, but
Can
let's
we move on?
please.
Yes, okay. No, I quite agree. We'll move on.
Terry Filgate, you're going to be camera number 1. Jerry will be camera number 2. Fred, you're camera number 3. Linda's number 4, and Mr. Greaves is going to be, Bill is going to be camera number 5.
Occasionally.
Well,
Occasionally, when it's working, when camera 5 works.
much.
Alice! Alice! Hi. How are you? I thought you'd never get here. I've been waiting for hours.
I told you that I would.
No, but I stood here for hours and hours.
You sounded so terrible on the telephone.
No.
Really?
No, I'm
but
fine.
But you look fine.
I'm great. I'm dying, but I'm great. Come on. I thought you'd never get here.
I told you I would. But you sounded so terrible on the phone. I thought you were ill, but you look fine.
I'm great.
Well, I'm really glad to hear that. I mean, I was worried.
Yeah?
Yes.
You look great.
Thank you for an old lady.
You don't understand. You're the most exciting human spirit I've ever met in my whole life. Do you understand that?
Oh, Freddie.
What? What?
This is something that you get in Germany as well.
Really?
Yes.
Love it.
In Germany, it's also red, it's also green, it's also orange and everything.
Really?
But it's incredible. I stand and watch the autumn leaves falling, falling, somnolently falling. Je t'aime, je t'aime, je t'aime, mon amour. Je t'aime und ich liebe dich.
Can you believe this?
Yes.
Isn't this a magical place? Huh? So.
Oh, thank you. Oh. It's, you know what it is? It's like enchanted.
It is enchanted.
It is.
It's magical.
I mean, look at that. You know, it's Jesus Christ. It's like everything is alive.
Not
everything.
like everything is alive.
Right.
Cut. You've got to. They're going to be sitting here. You have to get out of here. Could you folks get over on this side? Shannon, Audrey. Hello.
And then where's the? Oh, I see it. Is that the record button?
Yeah. What's that sound? Hey, who's this? Who's this cameraman?
Sound of one hand clapping.
Huh? The sound of. I see. Who's this cameraman? Is he from Brooklyn? Does he have a passport? Does he have a pass? Hey, fella, have you got a passport from Brooklyn?
I don't need a passport, pal.
I beg your pardon? You've got to have a passport to make a film in Manhattan, you know.
Oh, all right.
We don't allow.
From Staten Island.
Do you have chutzpah?
Yeah, it's coming.
Oh, good, wonderful. Okay, here we go.
Are you Steve Buscemi?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, nice to meet you. Your film, Living Unbelievable. Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
It's the greatest. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
What I want to do first of all is do a run through with the script.
Right.
What we're going to do is we're going to do scene by scene. I mean, there's 6 scenes or 7 scenes.
Right.
And so we're going to do the run through from the script, verbatim for the script, and then we as much as you can retain of the script, we're going to do just that little section. You follow me?
Mm-hmm.
Just
Okay.
that little, you know, it'll only be like a minute or a minute and a half or 2 minutes like that.
Right. Shall I get the script then?
Get your script.
Do you have?
I don't have it.
I have.
Okay.
Wait,
Okay.
sorry.
Okay, so...
A script?
I wondered if you might change your mind.
I told you I'd be here. You know, you sounded really terrible on the phone.
Oh,
I was worried.
I feel fine.
But you look fine.
I do. I'm fine.
But
you
God, I'm
look,
glad to hear that.
You look great.
Thank you. For an old lady. Well, anyway.
Hey, a lot of younger women would really envy you with the a singing career under your belt. You're still going strong.
Fine.
That's it. That's the first scene.
That was the first scene.
All right, let's go to the next section. What I'm doing is I'm taking this section by section, you know, going through the lines just for that.
Just for that, yeah.
7 or 8
like it's broken down in the
lines,
script.
and then doing what they can from memory, and whatever they can't, they put in. They put in spontaneously as improvisation stuff. So that's what we're doing. Stand by. All right, roll it, and action.
Okay. It was a stupid idea.
You've got a lot of nerve. I could have had a daughter of my own. Now you tell me you want to pass this stupid woman, this orphan, onto me. No!
I didn't realize you were still so bitter.
Oh, of course I am. I could have had a family of my own.
That's why I thought you might have done it for yourself, if not for her.
It was...
Cut. Okay, excellent. Excellent, very good. Steve, the actors are very anxious about the two of us coming at them
at once.
At one time.
So I'm going to hang back.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Halloween
is
Can we be here, Bill?
Now you want to have them walk out of the frame in this one,
They don't
though,
walk
right?
they walk out of the frame.
All right.
We'll
just have them get up and leave.
And they get up and leave.
Then we'll have them sit into the other one.
Huh?
Then have them sit into the other one.
Well, yeah. And they may sit into another.
Maybe you want a wide shot
They may
of
sit
them.
into another location for all.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
You want a wide shot of them getting up and leaving, or just?
She says no. He said no.
They'll come out.
Let's try it. Let's try it. Let's try a wide. Let's try a close up of her getting up and leaving.
All right. Well, I have
and then we'll do it again with a wider shot.
Okay.
Okay. It's a 2-shot. Okay. All right. Okay. All right.
The final line is, "We've had enough
I'm sorry.
of this."
Would you
and then they
kindly
leave.
project that? What did you say?
The final line is, "We've had enough of this," and they leave. And then the crew goes pursuing them for another location.
I want to know what you said about Bill spitting in the subway.
Oh, I said there are people down there. Is that your attitude to them?
Yeah,
when he spat into the subway grating.
I spit on the grill,
Really
and he said, "There are
horrifying
people down there."
To them. When he spit, never was like that before till he came back to New York. Spit down gratings in the subway. No.
All right, enough of this levity.
Spit in their faces.
Enough of this levity, Mr. Philgate. We're busy people
Serious
here.
business.
Okay.
Okay, we're
All right.
serious.
Okay. Could you take your seat there?
We should go up this way. Mr. Booth says he doesn't want a lot of
We're ending up right here.
on the first leg of our journey,
On the first leg.
even when they're not acting. What?
Bill said to me yesterday, he said to moderate a discussion here. And so there's a few things, there's a few things I want to say. First of all, this is very open. There's no manipulation from Bill as to where, he did not manipulate me to manipulate anybody to say anything. And I was actually surprised at the degree to which he did leave it open. And those of you who saw the first Symbio know that at a certain point in the production, Due to frustration at this process that Bill was leading us on, we mutinied, we grabbed some film and tape, we went into an editing room, and we had a talk about this. But there's a few very significant differences here. First of all, in 1968, it was a genuine transgression. We were not supposed to be doing this. We just did it. It was transgressing the director, crew, boundary that any production is supposed to have. And we didn't do it for the purpose of winding up on the film. We just did it thinking it was sort of a filmmaker to filmmaker joke, and that Bill would see it when he developed the film. And that was the best we could, do. It was one of the best things we could do about our participation. And the context was really different. There was not yet a film called Symbio. There was just 3 days called Symbio, or however many days it was. So there was no film that had been made. There was no Steve Buscemi. There was no Mystique. There was no Southampton Film Festival. There was nothing that you could point to, like you all can point, even those of you who haven't been here, you can all point to something that already has happened with Symbio. You know it's something. In 1968, we didn't know whether it was something. So there was a legitimate question that we would have coming together. I mean, a really mature, legitimate artistic question of whether our colleague and friend knew what he was doing.
If that rebellion, that crew rebellion, it had an incredibly powerful function in the context of that movie, in that it gave the movie an incredible amount of conflict. As soon as that started to happen, in the beginning you started to wonder who these flaky guys were. Then the rebellion starts to happen and you think, hey, something is really going on here. And there's an enormous amount of conflict about how it's going to turn out. What is Bill going to do in this picture to get that kind of conflict, and can what we're doing succeed without conflict? Is conflict necessary to make this kind of thing work?
Because on this shoot, it seems like it's a little bit more overt.
Maybe because totally overt. What you're talking about.
Okay,
totally overt. But because they're trying to get this conflict. So I think it may be heightened because, as you say, there's no natural conflict. What happened to you all in 68 is just not happening. And I think everybody may be reaching now for something. What happened?
This is actually almost more a history lesson than anything. I mean, what has transpired in 35 years, just like the relationship between the two characters in the film has changed, the relationship of the crew to the director has changed, just as a natural evolution in film history. We can't create that conflict.
No, we can't. Not honestly.
Not honestly. I mean, if the conflict were to exist, we should never have seen this film.
It's beautiful.
It is.
Absolutely. Absolutely fantastic.
It's kind of sunny. Why don't we sit over here? Okay. This better?
Yes.
Okay. There's something I want to show you. You remember this?
Oh my God. Oh my God. Was I ever that young?
You look so
Where'd
beautiful.
you get this?
I saved it.
Really, the two of us.
Can you believe
Looks
it?
like hundreds of years ago.
You think?
Oh my God. Europe was really good to me. Doors opened everywhere. And I got a chance to start really afresh. Sort of pick up the pieces of my life.
Thanks for sending the recordings. They're great. You've got such a distinctive sound.
Is that why you dragged me from Europe, to tell me you like my voice?
Not really. There's something I needed to talk to you about. I've got this one young lady. She was busted for possession. All my kids get busted for possession because of this stupid Rockefeller laws. Anyway, she's sober. She's been clean for a while. And she's going to need a lot of help, support. And she's a singer. She's beautiful. She's like my adopted daughter. And I was hoping that maybe you could meet her.
Freddie, You know, I think you've just worked too hard. You're doing, I mean, it's a stressful situation that you're in. Hey, there's a wonderful European spa that I go to.
Mm-hmm.
I'll pay your way and you can stay as long as you want. The tab's on me.
I don't think I can. Not right now. I'm just too involved with the work I'm doing. And besides, I'm very concerned about this young lady. She's like my adopted daughter. She's gonna need a lot of support.
What are you getting at, Freddie?
I wanted to introduce her to you.
Yeah.
Maybe she could go back with you to Europe.
Jesus is...
What?
This is incredible.
You like the idea?
I mean, why didn't you tell me this on the telephone?
I couldn't tell you that on the phone.
Why didn't you
How
tell
could I
me
tell you
this
that
on
on
the
the phone? I couldn't tell you something. I want you to meet her in person.
You could have had my answer then, which is no. No. And not much. No.
Okay, cut. All right, let's do that. No, no, and then
And
get
I
up.
get up.
Get up.
Right.
Yeah. Roll cameras.
Rolling.
And action.
She doesn't have any female role models that she can identify with.
You mean you brought me all the way from Europe to tell me this? You could have had my answer on the telephone, which is no. No. No.
Alice. 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 Okay, it was a stupid idea.
We're gonna redo this whole scene again.
Another location.
At another location. It's the Strawberry Fields location. It's a wonderful backdrop for this psychodrama to take place.
Take place, yeah.
So it'll be
Kuma Jets, yeah.
Yeah, right. But at least you're getting the material that you need to work with. Okay.
I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Okay, it was a stupid idea.
You bet. You have a lot of nerve. I mean, I could have had this child of my own. Now you're trying to pass on this so-called
I didn't realize
daughter
you'd
of
be
New
so...
York. I'm not having it. I am too tired. I am too old. And I'm worn out.
I didn't realize you'd be so bitter.
I am bitter. And I have a right to be.
Okay,
when
good.
she stood up, she totally blocked him. So,
That's
I mean,
okay,
we,
that's
maybe we
okay.
need a mark.
When? When do I cover him?
I'm gonna when she gets up, I'm just gonna stay.
Yeah, I know, but she was right dead in front of you.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
Okay, that's the wrong camera direction. No, I have...
And here?
No. Yeah, she just... Yeah, just...
I stood here.
Yeah, if you just stand up and move a little bit this way.
Right, okay.
All right. Yeah, that's good. However, what? What? I was just thinking. However, screen direction's wrong. She needs to be on this side.
She's on this side of this camera.
On this, right. If you want to be able to cut to her, to that camera,
yeah.
he's got to be looking left to right. She's got to be looking right. So when she crosses the axis this way, he's no longer looking left to right. He's looking right to left.
Wow.
You understand that?
Yeah.
Just have a shot.
As long as you understand it, and I'm.
Right.
Not to worry, I will.
Cut her on the movement.
I'll be the editor, and I promise you
Cut
that
her on the
all will
movement.
be corrected. Okay, don't worry about it. I mean, as they say, trust me, folks. I mean, I know how to make a movie. Okay. All right. So.
Let me just explain this to you.
Oh, no, it's okay. Please, you know, I'll cut away the rowboat or something else, the foliage, you know what I mean? Just before it gets on. All right. I mean, what are you suggesting, that she go that way?
Or we cover her from this side.
That bothers me. No,
Well, that's a natural cut. The natural cut is right to left, left to
I
right.
understand.
So when she crosses the axis here, you really need to be here in order to be able to get her dial. You know, in order to have the right screen direction for her to have the dialogue.
Yeah, I'm going to stay on him. You know, we'll stay on him. All right.
Usually that's what I do, is worry about that. Put in my 2 cents, right?
But cinematographers have a different relationship to directors than many other film craftsmen. Or correct me if I'm wrong. Well, it's a more intimate, collegial, collaborative relationship with the director's eye, because it's so connected to the cinematographer's eye. In that, is that right, Terry?
Well, I mean, I would say that 90% of the directors who I work for haven't a clue about technical aspects of filmmaking.
You think they come out of television that way?
No, I mean, well, first of all, a lot of them are first-time directors. I've worked with a lot of first-time directors who don't have any idea.
You train them.
Technically.
You train them.
Phil?
Yeah.
Now, under normal circumstances, when you come to William with ideas and suggestions about, you know, traditional techniques to avoid...
Basically indifferent.
Okay.
I mean, he doesn't really care. So, I mean,
Bill doesn't care. You tell him something and he doesn't care. You say this won't cut. He was coming left out of your frame and coming the opposite way.
What do you do in a situation like? Do you do you get what's correct?
I'm not going
to
give
him
well,
what he
you know,
wants?
in normal circumstances, in a normal movie, I would be answerable to the producer who would say to me, "Why didn't you tell him how to do this?"
Right.
So, you know, it's a different dynamic.
And what do you do in this case?
In this case, he's the producer and the director, so you can't really tell him what to do. You know.
So you look what?
I'd say in other circumstances, I would be much more forceful in pushing my technical knowledge about how to make a movie. But it seems to me, you know, that he's got his own agenda here, which is not necessarily the technical aspects of making a movie. So,
or even of post-production of
anything, you know. I mean, of anything about making a theatrical film. So it seems to me that my role here is very different than it would be in normal circumstances, and you know, he's got an agenda which maybe I don't even understand. And I can appreciate that. All right, so I'll go with the flow, you know, see where it's taking me.
I'm coming from a director's point, but I don't want, direct the film or anything. But I was telling John that it would be interesting to see Audrey just totally break the actory, and just something needs to be given to her to just throw her off, and really she could start speaking that German, cuss it in German, and just totally, break from her shell, this shield, this defense she's put up, and just give it to him.
I would like to see less aversion, especially because at the end of his life, no matter what has happened between them, there seems to be no forgiveness, you see.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand the wound, of course, but there's no forgiveness, you see.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no forgiveness from the get-go. There's no forgiveness from the starting gate.
Why did she come?
Why did she come? Now I can see the way the conversation is going and the pitiful way he wants to position this thing. I can see ultimately an aversion. Oh, this is too much. I can't go here. But up to that point, I would think a little something, more warmth or something would be appropriate.
Mm-hmm. What I love about making films is that everybody wants to be a director, everybody wants to be a producer. And this is what Symbio is all about, that wonderful thing in the crew room where everyone expresses their need to control the creation of reality, the cosmos. I mean, this is
Can we get a camera on Bill?
George Bush, W., this is what he's trying to, he wants control of the world. That's what he's trying to do. I mean, that's when it reaches its highest
manifestation. It's this need to take over. Actually, he's destroying the world in the process of trying to.
You think he really wants to be a director, George Bush?
Yeah, I think he wants to direct humanity.
All right, can I ask you a question while we're waiting?
Yeah, sure.
But I don't know, because we were talking about this, and since you brought it up, when you made the first Symbiopsychotaxiplasm take one, it was at the height of the Vietnam War. Now I know this was just, you didn't time this to happen during what's going on in Iraq, where there's more, the war's ended and there's more soldiers who have been killed.
Sure.
During the war.
Of course, during the 1968 shooting of Symbio 1, ultimately it was a metaphor for the Vietnam War.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Now you don't, but you didn't see it, or you don't believe it, or it doesn't mean anything to you.
It's just no savvy. I mean, I don't just believe it if he says it, but from my own point of view, I don't capture that metaphor. I don't get it.
No. The important thing for me is that, as I said, I said it on the grass there when I was meeting with the crew. It doesn't matter whether or not you get the metaphor that the particular artist has in mind, so long as the people who are viewing the work of art have some kind of an experience that helps them to, in some way or other, make certain types of, analyses and understandings of how the world is working. Everybody loves Shannon. Okay.
I love you, Bill. Shannon, I want to hug too. Shannon.
Yeah.
What I'm having them do is having her turn more.
Right, I saw that.
That's number one. And number two is to try to get them to start at a different emotional and psychological level. That is to say that they're pretending that they're quite happy to be together.
They're pretending?
Yeah, at the beginning.
Right.
And then only to discover that there's a much more serious thing still going on between them, having to do with this whole issue of his wanting her to take on the responsibility of this young woman, this very talented young woman who has the talent to become a big singer like she is at this time in Europe. And so that's basically the overall look of the scene.
Why did you insist that we come here? Here of all places?
Because I love it here, and I thought it would be easier to talk about what's going on with me. The HIV medication stopped working, and I started self-medicating. So the chances are
What do you mean
50-50.
self-medicating?
No, I started taking drugs again.
Oh, Jesus. I mean, oh, God.
Anyway, what I wanted to ask you was...
You did what?
Just hear me out, okay? What happened is I got involved with one of my clients. She was a woman with HIV, and she died, and she had a daughter, and I promised her when she died that I would take care of her daughter. And her daughter's been in a group home. And if I die, she's not going to have anybody.
Yeah, but what does that have to do with me?
I'd like for you to meet her, just to see if
To
there's
give
any
an
connection.
estimation of how good her voice is,
No,
or what?
Just to meet her and see if there's a connection between the two of you, and if you connected
And
with
then?
her, and if I should die, then she would have a place to go. She could go.
She'd
with
have
you.
a place to go.
To your-
What do you mean, a
with you.
place to go? I would take her back to Europe.
Yeah. She sings, she's beautiful, she reminds me of you.
Yeah, but why didn't you tell me this on the telephone?
I couldn't talk about it on the phone. Just meet her. Just meet her, that's all. I know. See what you think.
Really not. I mean, I really wish you'd said this to me on the telephone. You would have had my answer.
I couldn't.
My answer would have been as it is now. No. Short. No.
Okay. Okay. What do you think?
I mean, all their improvising is great.
Yeah.
And I just wonder what is it that she thinks that he was going to ask her? Oh, and did she say the thing about, because what I liked in the script was when she asked him, I'll take care of you. You come to Europe.
Oh, yeah.
And
when she says that, what?
Because it seems to me that she thinks that he's asked her to come here because maybe he wants to be involved with her again.
Yeah.
We were just saying, I was just wondering, what do you think? Why do you think he brought you here? I mean, you've already discussed that he's sick, right?
Yeah. But this is something we did on the telephone. I know about his illness. I don't know
what specifically he's going to talk to you about here. Yeah.
No. And then he tells me about this drugging, doing drugs.
Right.
But I sense that is not it. Then it's something else.
What I was saying to Bill, and what I thought from the script, is that maybe you think that he wants to get back together with you, and you offered to take him to Europe and to take care of him, and maybe that's really appealing to you, and then but that's not what he wants.
Then he drops the adopted child on you.
It's not what he wants at all.
Exactly.
The scene has a lot of interesting notes that could be played, by you as an actor. Don't you think so?
Yeah, no, I think you two are great together. Yeah.
The self-control interests me because you have a coming together here that is so weighted with old emotions, and how these old emotions trigger things.
Yeah.
And the self-control of these people is sometimes a little disconcerting to me because it's so overwhelming. The self-control is overwhelming.
Yeah.
I thought, or what I understood, was to play more the subtlety of this.
No, I understand. I understand. But you are an Afro-Caribbean woman, and there's a Latino component to your personality where you explode. Let's put it this way. Tomorrow when we do this, which we will do, let's try to incorporate these elements that are coming not just from me but from Steve and from Jonathan, and let's see what happens.
Okay, if I see her,
just
see her, just a second. If I see her, and it's only from a distance, I'm not interested to get involved.
Just see, just have a look.
Okay, when?
She's here in the park.
She's here in the park?
Yeah, she's here in the park. We can take a walk. From a distance.
Why don't you just be honest with me and say that you've arranged it and she's here and we're going to see her?
She's here with her friends. She's here with her friends. She doesn't even know we're here. She doesn't know we're here, so there's no big deal. She's not going to see us.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, good.
Okay?
Okay, then.
We can just walk from a distance.
And where?
Come.
You arranged it all.
No, I didn't. I didn't. Really, I didn't.
Yeah, but how... Is this really such a coincidence that she is in the park on the same day when
she comes here with
such a long time in Europe?
She comes here with her friends, That's all.
I don't believe this.
Hello. I've been waiting for you.
You have?
I have.
Sorry?
I've been waiting for both of you.
You've been waiting.
I have. Hello. I've been waiting for the two of you. 35 years I've been waiting.
It's a long wait.
I'm going to work with you again.
Again?
I am. We're going to do psychodrama.
I remember.
Come on.
Good.
Sorry, but I don't.
You don't remember?
No.
We did. Do you remember?
Yeah, of course.
We did psychodrama when we enhanced the characterization and we dug for the Jews, the moment when the Jews weren't forthcoming.
Well, isn't that just interesting?
We're going to talk about psychodrama as a tool for the actor in enhancing the characterization. For example, the line you had just this morning saying, no, 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 and we wanted you to get enraged. And it was very slowly creeping into your voice. It's just that in psychodrama we can get to that jewel quicker by having perhaps a double, somebody be you with you, to go to the unspeakable feelings.
Let's do it.
Let's do it, yeah.
Let's do it.
Come on, let's talk. Let's walk around and talk about it a minute. Let me get between you. And there were other moments. For example, I think you, Shannon, are not saying in the script, you're telling her she should be the stepmother in a way
Right.
to Jamila, but what you're not saying is, I want to be a father to your mother. I want to have the chance I never had before.
It's probably true. Yeah.
I think it's probably true. What do you say? What do you say?
I don't know in which direction this is all going. I don't understand
Follow
it.
it. Just follow it. I'm him.
Right.
I'm him.
Right.
So I say to you, I, Shannon, do not want to sever the connection that we've got. So what are you going to say to
That's the underline.
Yeah, just respond to it as if I was Shannon.
Yeah, but I don't either.
Well, that's what you say then.
That's what she
Fine.
just said.
I don't either. Neither do I. I don't want to
Right.
sever the connection.
Right.
Look, we've got Jamila as a possibility. You and I could be parents to that child. That's why I'm asking it. That's why I
That's
asked
the whole
you-
point.
That's the whole point. That's why I asked you all the way over here from
Germany.
Europe.
From Germany.
Do you believe that?
Do you?
No. I don't believe that.
Okay, now I'm going to double her, okay? And I'm going to be her with being her. So you respond to both of us.
Right.
We're not convinced because...
We're not convinced because I know this man from before. And what he says,
tell him.
I know you from before.
How long ago? Just shut up. How long ago from before?
35 years.
Yeah, okay. 35 years ago is a long time ago.
35 years.
Shut up.
Wait a minute.
A long time ago is 35 years ago.
Don't tell me to shut up.
Shut
Just
up.
a second.
35 years ago.
35 years, but we're having a continuous on the telephone.
Do you think anything's happened in 35 years?
Of course.
Well,
A
so?
lot. But I don't believe you.
Why don't you shut up? You don't think I've changed?
Of course you have.
Shut up.
Yes.
Okay, that's the whole point.
What is the whole point? You
That
say
that
always
people
it's
have
the whole
changed.
time,
People
the whole
change.
point.
You keep going back, harking back to 35 years ago. Like, if you stay back in 35 years ago, then you get,
You're gonna make me look after
And he's
tell him. And
still alive.
You're
still alive.
right.
You're still alive.
Right, shut up.
You are still alive,
Right.
and you're going to dump this woman
on me.
Oh, that's what you're afraid of?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
I am.
okay.
Yes.
Okay. So we'll make a written agreement, okay? Something written, something very formal, where we're both responsible for the welfare of this child, okay?
Well, I'd feel more comfortable with that.
There you go.
I've heard
Okay.
a lot of these promises.
Stop a minute.
Nothing
Stop a
happens.
minute. Stop a minute.
You haven't
Stop.
heard bullshit.
Stop.
That's a lie.
Stop.
Freddie.
That's a lie.
Freddie.
That's a lie.
That's a lie?
Yeah, it is a lie.
You've promised me the earth, Freddie. You promised me the earth.
You're an asshole.
What?
You are an asshole. You have no idea what you're talking about. She knows what we're talking
yeah.
about. She knows
Oh,
what we're
yeah.
talking about. She knows I've given her plenty. Come on, don't
Are
bullshit.
you Freddie now or what?
No.
Yeah, then we have a problem.
We have a problem.
Because I'm dealing with Freddie the whole time, and you're
I'm dealing with the reality of the moment, which is
the reality of
the
the
moment is things have changed in 35 years. Okay? All right.
Of course.
Freddie changed. Freddie grows up in 35 years.
Right.
Okay, that's what happens with people.
Yeah, but
Okay?
everybody changes.
That's what I'm talking. So I'm asking you to see what's happening in the here and now. That's all I'm asking you to do.
But the method, the system is the same. Nothing has changed.
Well, if
And
nothing,
it's how you were
if nothing has-
35
if-
years
if
ago
nothing
is
has-
how you are
that's what you
35
see.
years
That's what you
later.
see.
The method, the system in which
I'm asking you. Is that what you see?
from the evidence that you give me.
What's
yes.
the evidence?
From how you tell me about this child, you know, you could have done this on the telephone, but you didn't.
I feel scared in my soul. I feel scared.
I thought
Look,
you
just a
were
minute.
dying.
This asshole.
I thought you were dying. That's why I came over.
No, you
If
didn't. You did not think that. Come on.
You
thought I was
found it
sick.
on the
Okay, I
telephone.
told you I was sick. All right.
Yes, and why do you think I came?
You think I came?
You know.
Go on, tell him. Tell him. You think I came because of her? I came because of you.
You got such a fucking mouth. Somebody should smack your mouth.
Are you Freddie in this?
The moment, in this moment, yeah. 35 years later, yeah.
Good.
Okay.
I came because you were ill.
Shut the fuck up. What?
I came here
Right.
because you needed me.
Right.
You.
Shut the fuck up, I said.
No! I came because of you.
Hey, I can't take this kind of bullshit.
This is too much. I don't like it when people get upset. I can't stand it. I'm not doing it. This is ridiculous. I hate it when everybody gets it. I hate it. I'm gonna sit down here and sulk. And what are your feelings about it all these years later? You wanted that baby.
I wanted that child. You know I wanted that child.
Why?
You said no.
Why did you want a child?
What do you mean, what do I want a child? I had a child growing on the inside of me.
Yeah, but you were...
I wanted to have this baby.
Why?
Because that's a life. That's exactly what you did some years ago. This is my body. When I abort, I aborted something inside of me as well. Now you're telling me, oh,
No, I'm not telling you.
she's such a nice girl. Come and take her and bring her with you to Europe.
But hang
and
on a
all
minute.
this-
But hang on.
What?
But hang on a minute. Hang on a minute.
What?
He's offering you.
What is he offering me?
What are you offering?
A full-grown woman for a child?
Listen to him.
Of my own?
Listen to him. Listen. Just listen. Be open.
It's
Why-
easy
no, why,
for
why
you
should,
to talk.
Why should she be open?
Because you're offering her something of you in this child.
So, maybe she does. You don't know. You don't know. She's shut down already. She's got a career. She's a successful actress. She's got a singing
said I am.
career. She's got everything she wants. Why should
Yes.
she want to share herself with
Exactly.
anything?
Why did you drag
Why-
me here to tell me this bullshit?
That's right. It is bullshit, right?
Absolutely.
You know, all these years I thought I was wrong. I thought I was wrong. I thought, you know, I did something really bad.
And that
you
was?
wanted this baby. That you wanted
That
this child.
is
Hold it a minute!
bloody-
Hold it a minute!
Don't
I thought I was wrong.
Don't
you know what?
shout at me.
Yes,
you
I will.
stupid
Because you have blamed me for
asshole.
35 years.
You
Yes, you
stupid
have.
Asshole.
You blame me.
There are women
and listen,
everywhere. They have their babies and they
No.
still have their
You know what?
perfection.
You were
Don't you talk to me,
you
you
were a
stupid.
Cut.
Bullshit.
Cut. Cut.
Harry.
Cut. That's.
Harry.
Now then. I think that at this point,
can sit
If
down.
you sink, huh?
We can sit down.
You can sit down.
Yeah. Talk about it
And,
again.
We're okay now from here. I had to
You
get out
sit down
because I'd get
next to her.
overwhelmed.
Are you ready to go back to the script?
Whatever you want.
Huh? I think we better go back to the script because it's getting too physical. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
but I think you're wanting to give her something, and I think all you're wanting is her tenderness back. Audrey? Can you come here a second? But I think what's true, what he says, I'm trying to give you something by giving you this girl. I think that's absolutely true. He's trying to give you something by giving you this Jamila.
Yeah, but I don't want to be put under such pressure. This is too much pressure.
Yeah.
This is not helping me
Okay.
at all.
Okay, so let's go back to the
Because
script.
Alice is not a crybaby. Alice wants to be able to come into, to make
at her
a decision
speed.
at her speed.
At her speed, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
She's a very independent woman, and she
Yeah.
wants to be able to say, okay, let me start now making a few steps in this direction.
My way,
Yes.
way, not your way.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's like, oh.
Right.
You know,
Right.
I
You need
Alice
the
doesn't need
freedom, but you need the freedom to
how
make
does
the
that-
decision to decide.
How does that sound?
Fine.
Great.
That's wonderful. Good. Terrific. How would it be if they started it off with just a hug? Okay?
What are we starting off with?
Yeah,
Any conversation, or are we going back to the text?
You're going back to the text.
I'll get it again. I'll get it.
I think that would be a very good entry point to get back into the text. Let's see.
Oops. Oh, sorry.
Okay, here's the top one. Okay.
Why should I be da 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 da? There, pretty. Will you remember these lines? Will you be remembering?
Freddie, you're amazing. What makes you think I'd be interested?
She's lovely. She reminds me of you.
Good.
Lovely. Beautiful.
Wonderful. Shit, that's wonderful.
Beautiful. Oh, come on. Let's go.
Keep going.
I mean, really.
You have?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I was so. You know, but God. You're asking a lot.
I know. Give her a chance.
How do you know I'd even be interested? How do you know this?
I don't know. I know you. You're wonderful. you are. Why don't you just see her? What?
What's her name?
Her name is Jamila.
What if she doesn't like me?
Then we'll call the whole thing off, but she'll love you. She sees you through my eyes already. I told her a little bit about you.
Oh.
Well, she wanted to know.
Freddie.
She wanted to know who I was married to.
You know, that's pushing it again, really.
When people have asked me what the film is about, I say it's a study of the film acting craft as it intersects with real life. Now, mostly I say that just to satisfy their curiosity, because that satisfies intelligent people of various levels of intelligence. It's complex sounding enough to satisfy them, and then they feel, you know, like it's a respectful answer, and they're satisfied. But in a sense, by locating this thing in a place where something actual is going on, not only the random potential that we've seen, which is any huge public space like this, but the specific activity of a marathon, when really people's consciousness is devoted to the marathon. We are a very, very small part of what's going on in New York today. To locate us in such a huge event with the public consciousness so hugely focused on something else is also a way of intersecting this little project with something that's much larger than ourselves and something that's completely real.
Hey.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Right.
This
Hi.
is Alice.
Hi, nice to meet you.
What's your name?
Ada.
Ada? Ada
Jamila.
Cut.
I'm sorry.
It's Jamil.
I thought that. I'm sorry.
You don't come out to meet them. You just sit there and then you come out after you sit.
Come on, let's do it again.
All right, this is take two.
Good idea.
Okay, we have a film crew here from William Greaves Productions. They have a mayor's office permit. They do not have a Parks Department permit for filming, but they are mentioning a contact person, Kay. Give me that name again, please.
Dana Waits.
10-6K. Where exactly were you looking to go?
I'm going to go to Strawberry Fields.
Okay, Strawberry Fields is totally sealed off.
Really?
Until when?
Until when?
Until the end of this.
Until the end of the marathon?
Until the end.